Welcome everyone to the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship presented by P&G. Before we begin, please remember to utilize the chat function request for asking questions. You'll be unmuted once it's your turn. Thank you. With that said, this Wednesday afternoon we've got Arkansas Razorbacks' very own Maria Fassi. So going back to quarantine, Maria, which feels forever ago, and speaking of Arkansas, you won your first professional win here just a few months ago. First of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's also where you won your NCAA championship individual title. How does it feel to be back here in the state of Arkansas and playing this event, though?
Yeah, I think, this is a very fun week for me, of course, being able to come back to what I called home for 4 years and just seeing some old friends, being able to hang out with former teammates and both Shauna and Mike, the coaches at the U of A, and I love it here. I mean, it's a great town. It's a great golf course. The community is amazing. Of course, this year is a little bit different. It's weird not seeing the grandstands in 17 and all that stuff, but always super excited to be here. I love Arkansas, and just really, really excited for this week.
So how early did that start, the text messages from your coaches and your friends when they heard that you're going to be here?
Yeah, I mean, I actually text with them quite often. I text with the coaches all the time, and just kind of prepping the weeks prior, and they're like, okay, yeah, we got to go to dinner here and hang out, and so we'll be doing a couple cookouts and stuff like that, so I'm excited about that, and I think it just kind of takes some stress out of the week, and that really helps me.
2020 has been a whirlwind, but you've had some impressive finishes within top 10 at Marathon a few weeks ago and tied 13th at the ISPS Honda Women's Australian Open. What would you say has been the best or strongest part of your game this year?
I think I'm slowly starting to get more comfortable with the way the tour works, with what works for me, both practice-wise, travel-wise. I'm not playing nearly as much golf as I did last year, so I think I'm just kind of starting to get a groove of what feels good for me, what my body needs and wants. So I think that has been key, and my iron play has gone a lot better. My dispersion's tighter, so I'm having more birdie opportunities. I'm not missing it maybe in some of the places that I was used to missing it maybe. So yeah, I think my irons have been getting better, and I think that's kind of where I've seen my most improvement.
And are you looking forward to this course in particular?
Yeah, this is a tough course for me. I never really played good here, so I'm excited for the challenge. I might do something different this week with my bag. I have like 16, 17 clubs usually, and just kind of decide what stays and what goes, and we're thinking about leaving driver out of the bag this week, which is of course very rare for me, but I don't think this is a course that I can overpower or really take much advantage with my driver, so we're kind of still looking into that, but it might be something new for me, but I think I just have to approach the course differently and see how it works for me, but it's in great shape like it always is, and I'm always excited for the challenge.
We can slowly open up questions to the media, and I think Steve Eubanks has a question.
Hey Maria, it's good to see you again.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm well, thanks. Look, you've been a professional now for 15 months, and of course, we're taking 2020 sort of out of the mix for a second because of everything that's happened. What has been the biggest surprise and the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome transitioning from an exceptional amateur to professional ranks?
Well, I think one of the biggest things for me has kind of been forgetting about what I did as an amateur, because it really doesn't matter once you're a professional, because it's all kind of, you're starting from scratch, and that's been a challenge for me because I was used to, especially my last couple of years as an amateur, I think that's when I was playing my best and winning a lot of golf tournaments, and then coming here and struggling was kind of like just a big shock. Of course, I knew the challenge was going to be different, and competing against people who have been out here for over 10 years or so, like it's definitely a different challenge, but I think kind of putting my my amateur career behind and just focusing on my amateur career or my professional career. I can't talk right now. And just focusing on my professional career has, I think, been one of the hardest things, as silly as that may sound, because there's so much expectations. There's from, I mean, myself and my team, and of course everybody else around me, and like media and stuff about how good of an amateur I was and how I should be a pretty good professional. And I think that was just kind of like adding way too much pressure on myself. So I'm slowly trying to kind of just start to get a feel of what the professional life looks like. It's way different. It's a lot more lonely than, of course, college golf. But I think I'm slowly getting there, and just getting to where I want to be, because I know I can do amazing things out here.
Was there anything that you didn't expect that surprised you a little bit about professional life? You mentioned the loneliness, the expenses that you have to take care of that college took care of in the past. What of those things really kind of jarred you in your professional debut?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the travels is different. We went from playing, I don't know, like 12, 15 tournaments a year as an amateur to playing, I don't know, almost 30 as a professional. So that's also different, just really planning my schedule, knowing, again, like what my body needs, and like just very listening to how I'm feeling has been key with just planning. I think our coaches back when I was in college really did all the planning for us, and we didn't really have to think much about that. And now I'm being able to make those decisions, and if they're good, that's great. But if I make a mistake with one of the decisions, then I'm having to pay for it as well. So I think it's just kind of like a trial and error on that area. But I think that the travel definitely has been one of the biggest shocks of turning professional.
Great, thank you.
Okay, and we also have a question from Pig Trail Nation.
Hey Maria, you mentioned 17, because I was up there yesterday playing. 17's odd, not having to stand there. But just in general, the week. I mean, you, Gabby, Stacy, and the other Arkansas golfers. I mean, it's always a big week for you, busy week for you. How much change is there this week? And does that make it a little bit easier to maybe just go out and play golf without all those responsibilities that you normally have?
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier on us on that department. I personally enjoy it a lot because we don't really get to play at home any other week. We don't really get to have the big crowds or the fans supporting us as much as they do this week. So I personally will miss it a lot this year. 17, of course, more than some of the other holes, but just all the little things that we had to do, maybe like the clinics or going and hanging out at the big tent with some of the people out there. I really personally enjoy that. I get to connect with the fans, just thank them for their support and for all they do for, I mean, women's golf, but also just for Arkansas. So I'll miss it this year. And yeah, I mean, it definitely takes a little load from us. I can maybe have some more off time, if you will, but I really do also enjoy that part and just kind of interacting with them. So I'm kind of excited for next year. Hopefully it can all be back to how we like it to be.
Just where your game is right now, and how important is it for you to try to make the cut this weekend for the first time playing out here and be in contention on Sunday possibly?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, I think I'm gonna approach the course differently this year. Again, one of the things that I've learned as a professional is that there's not only one way to play golf, and I have to trust that my short game's going to be there, that I don't need driver out here to be successful. So I think seeing the course a little bit different could really benefit me this week. It might even be a different golf course than what I've been playing for the last 4 or 5 years. So I think it'll be exciting thing to see, and hopefully it works my way, and I can make the cut and be in a good position for Sunday.
Okay, and we have one question from, well, we have another question from Steve.
Yeah.
Hey Maria, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself for a second. Historically, this event has required you to go really low. I mean, if you look back at the scoring history of this thing, there are some pretty astounding numbers. Do you think that plays into your game, given that you have historically been an aggressive player?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is not a golf course where hitting it far or being aggressive is really something that pays off, because there's not really many opportunities to do that. So I don't think, again, like trying to go and overpower this golf course is really the play. Because we've seen, like you said, historically, yeah, we go very low in this course, but we've also seen that most of the winners don't really hit it super far. So it's not like you need distance to be successful here. So I think for me, being able to understand that and just be like, okay, we're going to have to make a bunch of putts, but also make no mistakes, because again, you really have to go low this week. So I think it's a combination of both where, yeah, you're going to have to be aggressive and maybe take on some more pins than usual, because you kind of have to make those birdies. But at the same time, be patient and not try to just go crazy out there and chase after every pin.
Great, thank you.
And then one more from Cole Zimmerman.
Hey Maria, thanks for taking the time. Just how different has the experience been on the LPGA Tour, all the way from travel, not playing in front of spectators? And then a follow-up to that, what are some of the toughest adjustments you've had to make while playing during the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it's way different for sure, not being able to have spectators out here and just having to adjust maybe to the safety measures that we have to take this year. From traveling, yeah, I'm kind of trying to limit the amount of flights I take, just to as well just kind of keep myself healthy and try to keep my team as well kind of just around me and just trying to do our part, I guess, on not spreading it and not trying to go out and get the virus either. So it's been weird, because I like to go out. I like to go out for dinners. I like to share like Airbnbs with some other players, and I'm not being able to do that this year. So that's kind of something that it's different. It's weird. And then like just it's weird, like in the clubhouse, everybody's just kind of sitting 6 feet apart, like at different tables, and just talking from afar. And I mean, it's just a whole different thing that we're just kind of having to slowly get used to. And I mean, I'm just happy that we're back out here. I was not having a lot of fun during the quarantine and with the period where we couldn't really play. So I'm just thankful that our sponsors and the LPGA and the U.S. government, I mean, have provided us with everything that we need to be able to compete. And if for now that this is how we have to do it, then so be it. But I think it's a great thing to be able to be out here again. And like I said before, hopefully we can go back to how we like things sooner rather than later.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Maria, for your time. I do have one last question.
All right.
It's my last one. But what has been some of the stuff that you've been looking forward to, if it's like a local restaurant here, or apart from friends and seeing coaches?
Yeah, there's great food around here. There's a good like Mexican place just kind of across the street actually from here. It's Local Lime. Their steak tacos are amazing. So I've had them twice already this week, and might have them again tonight. So that's definitely one of the places that I've been looking forward to go to. And in Fayetteville, there's like a barbecue place called Herman's, and it's amazing. And I'm just kind of excited to go get some of that as well.
Yay! Well, thank you so much, Maria, for your time, and good luck this week.
Thank you, guys.